Hey guys, what it is, what it does, and what it do. Dre Godden's back with another Pokemon TCG online deck profile, and today we're going to be looking at that legendary Pokemon Raikou, 120 electric Pokemon from the Breakthrough set. Really strong, really bulky for a basic, and it's nice to be able to have attackers that aren't EXs because there's just so much Night March and Trevenant and Greninja right now in the meta, that if you can combo with some non-EXs yourself, then that's giving you a fighting chance. So that's why we're going to be using the Raikou as our main attacker. He has the Shining Body ability. If this Pokemon has any lightning energies attached to it, any damage done to him is reduced by 20. So not bad. Kind of already at like 140 HP if you have a lightning energy attached, which you usually will. So very helpful, and his attack Thunder Lance does 50 damage plus 20 more for every lightning energy attached to him. So it's kind of like the Keldeo EX, but the lightning version. So yeah, his damage could get up pretty high depending on how many energies you stack on him. But yeah, he's just like a really solid attacker, really resilient, and with some healing and stuff, he's pretty formidable. Now we do have two EXs in the deck, and that is the Pikachu EX, because sometimes you just really have to reach for a bit more damage, and he is our Glass Cannon. He's 130 HP, so really small for an EX, but his Overspark attack does 50 damage times all the lightning energies you have attached to him. You do have to discard all the lightnings, unfortunately, but I mean, if you have 4 energies, that's 200 damage you're doing. If you have 5, that's 250, and that can kill anything. So yeah, really strong, but also really fragile. So we want to be using him sparingly, but it is nice to have that option in there. For our support, the engine that really helps us kind of get these energies on our big attackers and get them kind of quickly is the Magnezone. We are running a 3-1-3 line of the Magnezone, also from Breakthrough. What it does is it has the ability Magnetic Circuit. As often as you like, you may attach a lightning energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. So that's really helpful. If you can get 2 or 3 energies, you can speed up your energy acceleration and get your big attacks in quickly. And so we're going to be running a 3-1-3 line of that. Cool thing to note for the Magnemite, if you have one Magnemite in the active and then one on the bench, they have free retreat. So that can be helpful, starting off the game. If you start with the Magnemite, he's likely not going to be stuck there. So really kind of cool to keep that in mind. And only one Magneton. We're going to be using some rare candies. So we want to get through these guys quickly. We want to get him out turn 2 if at all possible, just to keep up with the fast meta. And lastly, for our Pokemon, we have the 2-2 Octillery line. Just goes well with the deck because we are running Rough Seas, so we'll be able to be healed by both of those Pokemon types. Next up, for our trainer cards, we have 2 Battle Compressors. This is just be good to dump some energies into the discard pile, and typically dump some one-of supporters because we have some specialized supporters in this deck. We are running 2 level balls to help grab our Octilleries and Magnemites. We are running 4 rare candy. That's right, 4. We want to get those Magnezones out right away. Obviously, if we're playing up against a Trevenant, then that's going to be hurtful. But we'll try to get the Magneton instead. And if not, we have a pretty decent matchup against Trevenant with our healing capabilities. So we won't be too worried about that. Against everyone else, we want to get that rare candy and get them evolved turn 2. So we are running 4. Next up, we have our 3 Ultra Ball, running 4 VS Seeker. It's really good to run 4, so you have more access to your supporters, and especially our one-ofs, because we want to use those one-ofs over and over again. Now we have 2 Bridget. Bridget's a really good starting supporter. Like, you really want to do it turn 1. What we're going to be doing is utilizing the put 3 basic Pokemon from your deck onto your bench. So that can be really good grabbing, say, a Remoraid, a Magnemite, and a backup Raikou, like as far as a backup attacker. And then turn 2, you're kind of ready to go. If you can evolve into the Octillery or to the Magnezone, you're kind of set. So this actually really helps us with speed. And we can Battle Compressor it and then grab it back. So that kind of just gives us more chances to see it like starting the game. And we're running 2 in case one's prized. Now we have a new card from the Generation set, Clement. Actually a really nice supporter for lightning decks. Search your deck for up to 4 lightning energy cards, reveal them and put them into your hand. So this could be really good turn 2 supporter. Say we get an evolution into a Magnezone, run the Clement, and now you have enough energies to be starting off your big attacks. So grab 4 energy cards from the deck. Awesome. Thin out the deck and then attach them how you want. Really cool. Fisherman, put 4 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. So that's kind of like, they kind of go hand in hand. If you use, say, Pikachu EX to do its big like Overspark attack, I believe it's called. Say you discard 4 energies, you hit 200. We could use the Fisherman to then grab those energies back, use Magnezone, and then attach them back to the Pikachu, and then you're ready to do a big attack again. So some nice synergy with these 2 cards. This card from the new Generation set, really cool, and then the Fisherman from Breakthrough. We are running 1 Judge. Really good to have at least 1 Shuffle supporter in your deck. It can help you from decking out towards the end of the game, and it can hurt your opponent, kind of mess up their strategy if you mess with their hand. And then since we have Octillery, we won't be hurt as much by it. We have 1 Lysander, 3 Professor Sycamore, only 3 because oftentimes we're going to be using the Clement or the Fisherman back-to-back turns. Like Sycamore, we want to use like to start off the game if we don't use Bridget, and then after that we're kind of using our techie supporters. Now we are running 4 Rough Seas, really, really useful against Trevenant, and since Trevenant is like an item lock that can stop our rare candies, this will be what turns the tide in that. So yeah, Rough Seas, very, very helpful, and it heals all of our Pokemon that we have, so that's good too. Then we have 2 Fighting Fury Belt and 2 Floatstone. Floatstones are going to be going on our Octilleries and on our Magnezones, because Magnezones are pretty big. They have 3 retreat. And lastly, we have our 11 lightning energies. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's go out there. Let's see if we can get a nice little beatdown with this Shazam deck. So yeah, Raikou, really good, sturdy, bulky, only gives up 1 prize. I'm definitely liking them. So we see Metal, Psychic, Water. I'm thinking maybe a Seismitoad EX deck. We shall have to see. Or it could be, it could be a lot of different things. I'm trying to see. That's a pretty interesting combo. Maybe even like a Mega Mewtwo with, let's see, Mega Mewtwo with Bronzongs and Octilleries. It could be that, or like maybe like a Manaphy. Who knows? I'm kind of curious now. Please show us what it is, and we are going to be going, well, likely going to be going second. We flip incorrect on the start. We'll see what we're starting off with. Okay, not a bad start here. I guess we'll go ahead and we'll use the Pikachu up front. Bench the Raikou. So hopefully we can get a Battle Compressor. Okay, nice. Oh, the Doublade, huh? Oh, Trevenant, Doublade. Okay, interesting. So, yep, there's that Trevenant. As expected. We'll see if our opponent can get it out turn 1. If not, then we hopefully we'll have a nice comeback since we're getting a couple mulligans coming our way. Any more? No. So let's see if these 2 cards help out. And not really. Nothing that's going to be advancing our game board right now. Battle Compressor would be very nice. We see the Bursting Balloon going on the Phantom, which isn't necessarily important right now. Hopefully there's no Wally. Okay, cool. So at least we have a turn. We do have the Rough Seas, so that's going to be helpful. But we don't have any supporter at the moment. So, I mean, I guess we can go for the Remoraid and just hope that we get another draw card after that. And I guess we're going to have to end there. I guess we can put the Fighting Fury Belt on at least. And we'll go ahead and put... We'll go ahead and put the Remoraid down and the Flowstone. We have 2 ways to heal. So that's going to be good. We're going to go ahead and put that Raikou down as well. just maybe trying to entice our opponent into playing a judge or something to shuffle our cards. But yeah, we're going to have a way to heal off the damage at least. So yeah, this is where I said those 4 rough seas are going to come into play valuably, and especially since they played the first one, we can try to win that war. But we're going to need to see an artillery, sycamore, or maybe a judge to really get a little bounce back. We see a Floodstorm come out. And what do we hear? Okay, cool, nice. A Lysander. Lysander's not going to help right now, but I guess we could... We could force our opponent to discard those double energies. Let's see. Flip a coin of heads, put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon. No, I don't really want him to do that false swipe, actually, so we're going to stay like this. Hopefully our opponent can play something else down. I wanted to Lysander him out and force him to like burn that double colorless to retreat, but yeah, didn't want him to get that free attack attempt. And we'll see if our opponent... Okay. His opponent goes into the Trevenant Break. He does a Silent Fear, which was actually the wrong play since we have the heal. It's not going to do any damage, so he needs to do the Tree Slam if at all possible. And now we have the Artillery, which is awesome. So we're going to go ahead and Lysander out the Aegislash just so we can get an extra draw card. And I think we're going to have to... I think we're going to... No, we can wait right now. Since it's not going to minimize our hand. So we grab that and... Yikes, unfortunately, that was not very helpful. Let's go ahead and grab the Versus Seeker again. We have 2 of our Magnezones, so all we need is a rare candy, and then we will be able to Lysander out of a lock to get that back. So you see a Floatstone. Our opponent has 2 Floatstones in play. The Skylab likely to break the Stadium. It's a good thing we have a Rough Seas to back it up. And now is where we could actually benefit from a Sycamore just to try to get some energies going, or maybe the Clement. See, we have 3 of those Raikous in play. 1 Pikachu, but not really many. He does another Silent Fear, so that's very peculiar. I mean, I'm not going to complain. We'll go ahead, play that down, and we will Artillery. See if we can grab something. At least we're getting a little bit of draw. And maybe we can hit something with these Iron Tails, a couple heads, perhaps? No. This should really be called Iron Tails, because I feel like you're only going to get tails with this attack. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, and I guess that's why he was doing the Silent Fears, because he didn't have the Stadium to do the Tree Slam. I see now, I see. I'm kind of tempted to Lysander out the Phantup just to try to get a kill. If we can get a prize and then maybe get some more cards that we can use. So there's a 60 and 20 going down, so at least it's only going to be 30. And unfortunately, the Artillery is a card that we can't play. So we're going to go ahead and... Question is, if we can kill this Shaman, that would be helpful. To give us 2 prize cards. Let's try to do that. All we have to do is hit 2 heads, and then we can kill him. So, we played the Lysander just so we would actually have a card to draw off the Artillery, and that judge is going to be really good for us. So see if we can hit a couple heads here. Iron Tails, and Iron Tails goes tails for us. What do you know? Guess that's why it's called Iron Tails. But, I mean, that's not the attack that we want to be doing with Pikachu anyways. Overspark is definitely the ideal card. Actually, right now would be perfect for our opponent to play down the Stadium, because we're going to shuffle it away with Judge. But unfortunately, that's not the case. But that's okay. We don't lose advantage with the Stadium. Oh, wow. And, yeah, he's stacking damage, so we're going to have to do something. Let's go ahead and judge away some cards. Maybe we can get a Sycamore, Battle Compressor. Not helping us right now, but we can. Let's see here. So he's going to do 60. Wow, he's going to be close to... Let's go ahead, play the energy. Use the Abyssal Hand. And let's see here. 150, 160. We're going to go ahead and get this kill. Lightning energy, so not bad. We can start to get this Raikou going. So interesting to see. If he does the Painful Swords, it's not going to kill us, and that would keep Trevenant on the bench. That's actually what we would like to see have happen here. We do see an Evil Soda come out, so there's the Trevenant break. But yeah, if we can get that one turn to get this level ball down, then we know that we could slowly build up this Magnezone. That'll be very, very helpful for us. So we'll see if he elects to do that, so we can at least do a big hit on us. Because right now he would need a Stadium and an Energy, which he might not have. Oh well, so he wasn't able to do either of those items. So that's very, very helpful for us. So we're going to go ahead and play the Magnemite down. We're going to go ahead and play the Energy as well. Because you never know, we could get lucky with the Iron Tails. I know it doesn't sound very, very lucky, but we could get lucky with it. We're going to Battle Compressor. We have a good amount of energies in discard already, so I think what we're going to do is just get rid of cards that we don't want to see. DNS. Oh, I guess he's saying like I have really good luck. I'm assuming he said. I'm not sure. So we're going to get rid of some items that we don't want to see right now. Since we have a full bench, and he's probably going to get an item lock going pretty soon. So see what we can do. Or maybe we said we have, oh, there you go. There's a head. Hey. Alrighty. Not bad at all. Slow going process, but we have our Pikachu. If we can keep this up for another turn, that'll be nice to kind of get off all that damage. I guess the Octillery is going to be helpful for him though. And we can slowly start to get this Magnezone going. So weakness Poly, which is just helping our opponent thin out his hand so he can draw more with the Octillery. Now, if he doesn't get a Stadium, then he can use this Painful Sword as well. So the Stadium is really important, but he did have to play the Energy, so that's interesting. So that must mean that he didn't grab the Stadium. I mean, if we were to get a rare candy on our draw, then we could actually go into this. Okay, and here we have another chance for our opponent to get the Stadium, which could be very hurtful for us. So we'll see what happens here. And no, lucky for us, it didn't work. And he just puts 30 damage, which is just going to get healed off by us. So that's very good. Now, the question is, do I want to invest more energies in him? I think I'm going to start getting a Raikou going, actually. We're going to Abyssal Hand for one card. There's a Sycamore, which is actually very good. I'm not going to... Actually, yeah, I'm going to do it now while we aren't in item lock, because that might become important. And we don't need... Let's see here. We don't really need any of those cards. Guess we'll get a Raikou. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get the Raikou. It clogs our hand for the Octillery, but we have the Sycamore next turn anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. See if we can get some more heads on these Iron Tails. Hey, Iron Tails coming through in a clutch. I feel sorry for ever doubting you, Iron Tails. And our opponent scoops. Very nice. So yeah, we got a little lucky there, you know. And oh, okay, I guess it's showing final results from a tournament we did earlier. So yeah, I mean, we didn't really get to see the Raikou attack, so let's go ahead and try another game. It's just the Pikachu, but that's where those 4 Rough Seas come in very, very handy. The item log is the main thing that hurts the deck because we, rely on those rare candies. So Rough Seas can be really big. And the fact that it heals up all of our guys is awesome. And looking at this could be that Vespiquen Vileplume deck, which will be pretty rough as well if he goes off. So hopefully we'll get to go first. And he's part ghost, part man. Kind of interesting. Nitro David. And the music cut out too, so I'm wondering if our game is okay. Pokemon TCG has been glitching a bit. Okay, there we go. Music is back. So we'll see if it is the Vespiquen deck, which is really strong. It's kind of like a all or nothing, and can be tough for us. But if we can go first and hopefully get in a couple cards to kind of set up, then that'll be our best bet to counter it. We'll just wait for our opponent because it's taking time loading. So yeah, happy to be able to beat that Trevenant deck. I mean, it was a bit different. It wasn't just streamlined straight Trevenant. It was utilizing the Aegis Slash, which was also being hurt by all of our healing. But hey, I guess you have to beat the guys that step up in front of you and challenge you. So that's what we did. And we're still waiting. I don't know if I'll have to exit out of this in a second because this is taking a while. Yeah, I don't really... Might be frozen? It was weird. It kind of loaded in kind of weird. Sorry about that. I don't want you guys to have to sit and just watch me stare at a screen for like 30 minutes. So let's see if this works better. I think that one was always destined to be buggy. So, okay, at least we have a full form here. And nice, looks like we're probably playing Night March. So that'll be an interesting test for us. And oh no, the music went out again. So I think there might just... Pokemon TCG is... It has bugs all the time. And they're always doing some spotty maintenance and updates. And it's still never fixed. And you'd think after, I don't know how long they've had it for, 4 or 5 years, they would have some bugs figured out by now. Not to be too mean on them, but I mean. So we're going first, which is, if it's Night March, they probably would have chosen us to go first anyways. So I guess it's not a big deal. And we see, okay, it's not Night March. It is going to be Manectric Bats. So that'll also be an interesting challenge for us to play against. So that's good to know. So we don't have to overextend. And we'll go ahead and start off with the Raikou. We have the Magnemite. And a Clement. Okay, let's see. How do we want to play this? Having this Magneton is pretty nice. But the Sycamore would be good as well. Let's go ahead and Remoraid. I suppose we can go ahead and get the Clement. Grab 4 energies right off the bat. But we want to get the energy so we can have this Shining Body effect going as quickly as possible. And I guess we can go ahead and... we'll end there. That's fine. Use this Ultra Ball next turn for an Octillery. But we'll see what we draw off of the turn phase just to see if we want to change that concept. And this way we don't use up too many resources just to have our opponent do like a Judge or something. See a bunch of Zubats coming out. And then a Manectric, likely. But good thing the bats are weak to our lightning, so that's going to help. We see one Scoop Up go. And a Delinquent. Okay, good to know that he plays that. Very good. So it's good that we're keeping a lot of cards in hand. And we're going to make sure that we don't go down to more than 4 if need be. But if we have the Octillery, then it won't be so bad because the Octillery will just be able to fill up our hand afterwards. Oh, and it's actually Wobbuffet. Oh, interesting. So we're going to be hoping... Oh, wow. So he has a lot of different stuff going on. A lot of different ways to put pressure on us. We see a Super Scoop. Its tail's probably just wanted to thin out his hand for the Shaman. So he wasn't really worried about hitting heads or tails on that anyways, I don't believe. Let me see energy. So we're definitely going to want to keep our stadium in play if at all possible, and awesome. Okay, we're going to go ahead, discard the Magneton, and I guess the energy. Keep that Sycamore. Rare Candy came in perfect time, so we have the Rare Candy into the Magnemite. We kept 2 energies in hand so we can at least attack. So we're going to Magnetic Circuit. So we're going to be able to kill this Zubat. And then we're going to be able to Sycamore. So it's actually pretty nice. And then we have that going on. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. I guess there's no real need to play this just to get Lysandered out. No, we'll put it there just to kind of give our opponents some other items to think of, you know, as far as like putting bad damage on it. It's just kind of like tricking and making our opponent think of, okay, what should I do? What should I grab? We're going to go ahead and battle Compressor. Let's see, 1 versus Seeker, 2 versus Seeker. I think we discarded 1, so 3. Okay, cool. So we'll get rid of 2 energies. And we are down 1, so we're just going to get rid of a Bridget because we don't want that Bridget anymore. Cool. Yeah, we don't want to see that Bridget. Get out of here, Bridget. And we can actually dump some more cards that we don't want to see. We can probably put the Lysander in there, though, in case we get a versus Seeker. Anything else that we don't want to see right now? No, all these guys have uses. So that's not bad, and now our hand's a bit smaller for the Octillery. We're definitely going to keep that Rough Seas because it's going to be really important with this bat damage. And cool. I think that's all that we could do this turn. Sorry, that was a pretty slow turn, but really important to get that first initial setup, and now we're going to be looking like we're doing some pretty nice damage. So cool, we drew the Fisherman, so that's perfect. How many energies we have? We have 3 energies. Awesome. Sycamore coming out. I guess our opponent's going to be trying to do... Okay, so there's a Headringer. In a sense, it doesn't really matter because we'll probably be trying to put 4 energies on Pikachu anyways. So I guess I'll be curious to see if you can do enough damage to attack through the Shining Body to get a one-shot with the Wobbuffet. Because if not, then he knows that we're going to kill him right afterwards. So be interesting to see what he does. Oh, and he didn't have a stadium to play it anyways. Now we don't want to put this Fighting Fury Belt down because then that's going to increase the damage with the Manectric. And question is, do we want to... So he's going to be able to do 60, maybe 80, which would be 60. And then a couple of those. I think we're going to have to go ahead and play the Rough Seas. So we're just going to be really safe. And we'll go ahead and play this down. We'll play that. We'll play the Fisherman. And we can't use the effect right now, but we'll go ahead and get... See, can we one-shot this Manectric? 6 times that, 120. So we can one-shot him. So we're going to go ahead and hold on to those right now. So we'll put 1 on, just so we have an energy drop. There's another prize card. So not the best. We'll see if our opponent can get enough bats down, plus the 60 damage. Hopefully not. And if he doesn't, then we will... should be likely to get the one shot. So we'll see what he can do. He has the ability to do, see, 20, 40, 70 plus 80. So he really could, if he has everything work out perfectly, he could kill us this turn. We'll see if he has enough cards off of that Sycamore to do it. He'll need to have 2 Golbats, a Crobat, and a Muscle Band. So not too hard, realistically. We see that he's going to have 1 Golbat come down. A Super Scoop Up. And I guess that's going to equal another Golbat. So opponent's lucky, fortunate to hit the scoop up. So, okay, there's the second Golbat. So now he needs a Crobat and a Muscle Band. Hopefully there's no Muscle Band. That's really, I feel like all the other items he's really easy to get. Probably only plays 2 to 3 Muscle Bands, so we'll see if he was able to grab those. Here's the Ultra Ball. Yep, here we go. Coming for the Crobat. He has 2 more cards, so did he get everything that he needed? That is the question. And he didn't. We got very lucky indeed. Missed out just by 10 damage. So we're going to go ahead and our opponent scoop. We were going to attach the 2 energies and get the kill, and then yeah. So there you go. Sorry it took a while to get the second match going, but now we saw 2 games. One where the Pikachu, sorry, all that noise. One where the Pikachu was the forefront attacker. Second one where the Raikou was going on, and you saw we had artillery set up, we had the Magnezone set up. The Raikou that a 20 damage reduction actually came in huge and won us the game. And yeah, as you can see, that can work out really well, especially when you're kind of healing off damage and then using those Magnezones to move energies. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll be able to come back really soon with some more deck profiles. I'll be building and trying to come up with some creative stuff for you guys to check out. So we'll see you soon. If you like what you saw, you can feel free to comment in the section below. Give us decks that you want to see me build, and I'll show you some pretty competitive stuff. Yeah, so I guess until then, see you soon. Peace.